Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Krista and you are joining me at the Radical Angel. So thanks so much for joining me today. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for being here. If you are a longtime viewer and subscriber and you've been watching your tarot videos for years now, thank you for your patience. I'm finally getting these videos out to you. I began these much earlier and the sun has set, so forgive me if the lighting's not so great. But I really wanted to polish this off today. So Pisces, this is your sign. So we're looking at Pisces sun. So your sun sign is basically how you move about the world. It is your behavior. So it's going to differ from your rising and your moon signs. And of course, I'll be doing a moon and rising sign series in the near future and then looking at a lot of other cool aspects of your personal birth chart. But for now, we're going to focus on sun signs. So Pisces, you are the 12th sign in the zodiac. You're the final sign. Of course, your symbol is the fish. The fish going this way and that way. They're kind of going in opposite directions. Not like Cancer, the Cancerian sign where it's the 6 and the 9 and they're together. It's like mother and child. The fish are kind of going in opposite directions, which has a little bit to do with your, of course, your opposite sign, which is Gemini, and that's the twins. So that's something in particular that you two have in common. You're going to go both ways. It's the sign of self-undoing. You can really be your own worst enemy if you're not careful. So it's a water sign, so very sensitive sign, very empathic, very intuitive, probably psychic, like all water signs. Your planet is Neptune. Of course, this is the planet of illusion. It is the planet of actors and acting and dreams and the dream world. It's the 12th house. Of course, you're ruled by the 12th house. You're the 12th sign. 12th house energy, like I said, is self-undoing, but it's the spiritual master. It's the guru, the Gnostic, the person who has gone through everything and come out the other side almost, it's like the phoenix in many ways. You can be born anew, a very different person for having gone through some very difficult things in your life. So 12th house energy, self-undoing, just beware of not being your own worst enemy or getting in your own way. The body part associated with Pisces is, of course, the feet, the very sensitive feet, but ultimately the foundation of what it means to move about the world. What would we be without our feet? In opposition, for example, to the very beginning of the zodiac, which is, of course, Aries. So at the very end of the zodiac, being 12th house ruled by Pisces, this is all about the feet, stability. Standing on your own 2 feet would be another term that I would impart to you at this time. Your symbol, as I mentioned, is the fish going in opposite directions. I think you're able to see through everyone's lens. It's a gift, and we're going to talk about strengths and weaknesses in a moment. But it could very well that this gift that you have could be in part what brings you down or can make things harder to deal with because you can sort of contemplate all sides of the situation, but not just intellectually because you're an emotive sign, a water sign. You're going to do this emotionally. And you'll be the first to find excuses for everybody. Beware if you're a counselor, for example, or a police officer or a lawyer or in the judicial system and you don't have a lot of air in your chart. I don't even think this will be a natural place for you to be necessarily, probably more in hospitals, probably more in the caregiving environment as opposed to, say, judicial environments. But just beware that you're not swayed by the emotions. If you're advocating or doing advocacy work, you really want to be emotionally well and emotionally profound while dealing with the facts if you're dealing with sort of intellectual environments, such as legal environments. I did mention your symbol. Your element is water. So you are one of 3 water signs. The only other 2 are Cancer and Scorpio. You're going to get along easily with these signs, at least within, notwithstanding your moon and rising, for example. It's going to be easy to communicate with these people. They're going to get each other. You speak the same language. You might even have the same hobbies as other water signs. And as I mentioned just briefly a little minute ago about strengths and weaknesses, yeah, just beware that people don't hold your own empathy against you, because, unscrupulous people can do this. Also, trust your intuition. I do think that intuition is a little bit different than instinct. Instinct is something that you are going to... It's almost like it's the animal part of us, okay? Your instinct is your emotional sense of self. So really trust your instinct. It's always going to be on target. And like I said, don't let anyone pull the wool over your eyes or say that you're crazy, especially if you have a strong intuition towards something. This can be anything. Intuition toward the sciences, research, a person, a belief system. Someone you have in your life, a career path, whatever you're intuiting, don't brush that off. Pay attention to that. Your emotions, your feelers know more perhaps than your intellect, and that should be honored. That's a very naturally powerful part of the Pisces psyche, is your emotional world. Also, your cosmic ties, you do have a cosmic tie to your opposite sign. Of course, that is Virgo. You're 2 totally different worlds, but for some reason, you really need each other. Both of these signs really need each other. And it is your opposite, and it is your cosmic tie. So I think there's a lot to be gleaned here from Virgo. They're very practical. They're very down to earth. And they are not afraid to cut out what doesn't serve them, or to cut away. It's almost like the harvester. They're not afraid to do that. Whereas Pisces can become so sentimental about, let's just imagine both of these signs are cleaning a room. Virgo has made up their mind what I want to see, and then they envision what they want to see, and then they just literally get rid of everything they don't want to see. Pisces will go into the same situation. I got to clean this up. And they won't envision what they want to see. They'll start down memory lane. The first thing they pick up, I remember this. And then 2 hours goes by and they haven't, they can't clean or make room for anything because they're emotionally attached to everything. So while Virgo can learn a lot emotionally and intuitively from Pisces, you can learn a lot from Virgo. You need to be able to emotionally detach yourself from, especially objects, but people too, in relationships, where it just doesn't work for you anymore. I am woefully running out of time, so I'm just going to try to fit everything in here. You are a mutable sign. This means that no matter what environment you're in, it's easy for you to get along. You don't have to wear a mask. You can get along with anybody, anyone from a drug addict to a member of royalty. You're just going to be able to be yourself, and you don't have to wear a mask. And again, you're going to be attracted naturally to other water signs, or find it at least very, very easy to talk to them. Our 2 major themes that are related to you, your most likable trait is compassion, which I can attest to. Very, very compassionate person. Also, your dominant keyword is I believe. So this is the dreamer extraordinaire. This is someone who brings dreams to life. So don't be afraid to be a big dreamer, and help encourage other people around you to dream and be artistic, and not be afraid of their own interpretation of the world. Your lucky day is Friday, and your lucky numbers are 2 and 6. Pisces, this is your sun in Pisces video. I'm really excited to finally get this out to you. It's just a little introduction to your sun sign. So like I said, there's more information in the description box below, and I will be doing moon and rising sign videos in the near future. So I hope that that was helpful for you, and I hope that you enjoyed it. Are you a typical Pisces? Would you have added or taken something out of what I said today? Comment below, let me know how you think about the video, and make sure you subscribe and like my videos and share with your friends. So thanks again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, bye for now.